Okay, so this is video 4. Now, as we said, so death is going to visit everybody's house on the planet. Everybody. No one will be exempt. The only way death will be one that will be protected from death, right, will be those who are standing with Muhammad, right? As represented by, the new Christ consciousness. Now, so why is death going to enter everybody's house? Because remember, one of the videos I did back in maybe about 5, 6 years ago, I spoke of the meteorite that was going to fall, that was going to follow the beast. The beast is going to try to run in everybody's house, everybody's nation, looking for refuge. Help, help, save us from Hamas. Really? Save them from Hamas. Save them from Hamas. They had the power to shut COVID down and the terror, and maintain the occupation of Palestine, the Holy Land, and control all nations. But they need help to protect them from Hamas, right? The whole world to gather around them, protect them from Hamas. Really? Think twice, Republic of America. Think twice, global humanity. You're being deceived. It was a false flag. Hamas didn't do that. Okay? And now they want to tell you, oh, Iran helped them. So now, and we can't let Iran get a nuclear bomb, right? All nuclear bombs should be dismantled, right? There should be total nuclear disarmament on everybody's part, right? They want to tell you, oh, Iran helped them. So you go bomb Iran when they start when they activate these terrorist cells that came across the border, and they're going to tell you they're Muslim. Why do you think they only want them from South America? Because the hue of the South American and the hue of the Arabs look similar. All the South American or Central American needs to do is grow a beard, right? And they look like Arabs. And that's what they're going to do and deceive Americans. These are Muslims, so you go out and try to kill Muslims, and then you're going to you'll try to bring that spirit of death upon you, and you destroy your own nation and your own Bedica, thinking you're saving them. No, what you do is get those illegal aliens out of the country. Because guess who made it a law for them broke all the laws for them to come in the country, but also made all the laws to keep real Hebrew Israelites, the foundational American Hebrew Israelites, incarcerated. The same Ashkenazi rat child. And that's why they don't want to give them reparations, because they want the Hebrew Israelites that stated to be totally socially, economically disenfranchised as $0 by 2050, right? So what are they going to do when they have no wealth? And all of their communities have been given over to illegal aliens as a reward to keep them here, so that they can be awakened as cells, terrorist cells, to be imposter Arabs, Muslims, and all they're going to say, Allahu Akbar, right? And just like they did Fa'anti, right? The Fa'anti, right? Had them roaming around as Black Lives Matter. These socialists running around as Black Lives Matter, who were working for the Dixiecrat, also working for Ratchild. Really? And terrorizing, America. Okay. So, now, pack your bags. Be prepared for the new earth. We are starting over again when the Biru hits, right? We have to start over again. So you got to be prepared. Okay? You got to store your food. Buy a little bit at a time, so that you don't make the companies have to restock and all this. Buy a little bit at a time so everybody can get something. Don't go hysterical, because it's not about hysterics, right? You don't know how much time you have. I would say at least 2, 3 years, right? Maybe less. Allahu Alam. But the siren sounded, so it must be near. And they're already talking. Everybody gonna know exactly where they were. Don't take that 2 years I said for granted. It could be closer than that, a lot closer. But you'll know, as the prophet said, earthquakes, floods, what they call climate change is celestial change, earthquake, floods, tsunamis, hurricanes, tornadoes, uh, volcano eruptions. So all kind of catastrophic natural environment disasters. And families need to stay close because you don't want to be away from your family at this time. You want to stay close to your families. Okay? And I'm talking about like in the same house, right next door. You want to be close. Because if all the electrical grid's going to be shut down, there'll be no, plane travel. There'll be none of that. Right? So how are you going to get to your family? You better stay close to your family. And so now, and let's go. Okay, so we're starting over again. So be prepared to live off the land. Better treat the land well, right? Get you some land, right? And be prepared to farm it. Okay. And so be prepared to live off the land and getting back to your nature, getting back to human nature and the earth's nature. Because Ramadan Umrah, Global MJ Royals, this is it. This is it. Okay? This is it. Okay? Now, this is the beginning of the new world and the removal of the old. And it's going to be catastrophic. Okay? But it's survivable if people be prepared. This is a time, as it was stated in the Bible, when the marriage ceremony takes place, head for the mountains. Head for the mountains, right? Okay, the outcast beast, known as spiritual beast, that will embody the Antichrist, be embodied as the Antichrist. Okay, the outcast beast has been cast out of the heavens and has fallen towards the earth, where he and his jinn-filled demonic Neanderthal, red dragon rat child, Ashkenazis, and his KKK, jinn-filled Crowley, Dixiecrat rhinos, Magog and Magog, synagogue of Satan, who are white supremacists, colonialists, who have the white supremacy, colonialists, imperialist plantation mentality. They use their Nazi abomination and his Baphomet female man bride to start the to protect his use the military to protect his move to take over the Holy Land, right? So he used them to create his religiously homosexual damnation, which is a Predator pizza party, right? Um, um, and they want to cause great catastrophic calamity by attempting to make war with the saints, right? The people, the believers, the Christians, the Muslims, and the Jews, because it's going to happen to the Christian Americans too, because it's if you watch the videos that I posted, the Jews in Palestine, the Palestinian Jews, they're being tortured too. They're being persecuted too. They're being they're being mass incarcerated and tortured as well. Okay, and the Christians as well. Those who do not believe, like the Zionists, the Ashkenazis, they're being tortured in prison. And I posted videos of that. And they also prove that the Ashkenazis are not Jews. So the knowledge is out there. Do your research. Do your research. So they want to cause the Ashkenazis want to, and those are the Ukrainians, right? That's why they're being supported so heavily, because the Ukrainians and the Nazi that occupy Palestine are the same people. They're the same nation. Now, so They want to cause great calamity by attempting to make war with the saints, and the saints are those of the Abrahamic faith, right? So, as stated, the Antichrist, which is a descendant of the Rothschild, of the Rothschild family, he will start by attacking the Muslims, as you've seen with this false flag October 7th, right? Um, he will start by attacking the Muslims, then the Christians, and American. And he's already attacking them in the Jews in Palestine, the Palestinian Jews. And he will do this all over the world because what's it said during the end time, he will be trying to cut off the heads of the Christians, right? So he's working his way. But first, what's he doing? Um, uh, uh, he's trying to ban all religion, right? Okay, other than, Satanism, that those that are not Satanists, right? Now, so, um, now, the beast would fall to earth and pursue the child of the woman clothed in the Ramadan cardinal sun, with the woman with a crown of 12 stars, which represents the constellations, above her head, and the moon at her feet. That child represents the new Christ consciousness of Islam, peace. That new Christ consciousness is represented by Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is represented by the planetary harmonic convergence of 1987, which happened on Dhul Hijjah 22nd, 1407, August 16th, 1987, which was Elvis's birthday memorial. It was his birthday. Was his birth? No, it was his Memorial Day, and his Memorial Day was also on, let's say, Ramadan 2nd. Is Ramadan 2nd, right? And Ramadan 2nd is reflective of Ramadan 20, which is the celestial grandfather's birthday, Frank James Buncombe, my father, right? Who is the celestial grandfather of the house of Scorpio, which Mars went into on October 12th, right? The day of, Mars left the South Node, Libra, right? The Libra, and the South, which is the South Node, is in Libra, and it left on Aleister Crowley's birthday, right? So the natal Mars of Republic America transcended death. Okay, so you better take note of that. Okay, now, so it's represented by the harmonic convergence. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is represented by the harmonic convergence, and you're going to need that, and the convergence of the three Islamic faiths, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, to become one, right? And that's what you're going to need to transcend death, right? When death is visited every home in the world, right? And we're going to talk about why death is going to visit every home in the world. As we said, because the beast is going to try to get into every nation and every house, right? That's what the alarm was about. So, sound the alarm, okay? Sound the alarm. The Christ consciousness of Islam, peace, is born, resurrected, and the beast has fallen to the earth. He is in the embodiment of the Rothschild SS Ashkenazis, Bukranian, Neanderthals, right? And they will attempt to make war with the woman, the Afro-Kemetic black representative of the holiest of holies in Jerusalem, right? Because that's where he's making war, because he wants to take over the Holy Land, right? And it said that what would he do? He'd be her. He would try to make peace, right? And then within 3 years' time, a 7-year peace agreement, within 3 years' time, that peace would be broken. What did they do after the Abrahamic Peace Accords, right? That was made by Trump, right? They broke it within going on 3 years, right? So, and then he went to war against the Muslims and trying to blame it on Iran, so they can get people to go against Iran, and then they bomb Iran. Iran responds, and Iran is with Russia is with Iran. Then they want to try to say Iran is Gog and Magog. Well, Ukraine is on the border of Russia, right? And they are the Gog and Magog, and Gog and Magog is said to be near, right? Near the Russia, right? So the Gog and Magog are the Ukrainians. They are the Nazis, and they're occupying the Holy Land. Okay? And that is why the KKK, Dixiecrats, are sponsoring the Nazis and trying to get the Afro-Kemetic, Bata High, BLM vote for them to continue in their support for the Ashkenazis, who are trying to impersonate the true Hebrew Israelites, which were the ones that were enslaved. So don't go against yourself in this charade of spirituality. Okay? So, as stated, so he wants to occupy the holiest of holies, and you see that going on now, because it's not about politics anymore. The day of politics have gone by. It's about spirituality now. It's a spiritual war. And you're going to have to take sides. Which do you stand with, the Antichrist or the new Christ consciousness? Don't be scared, because it's said it's a Christ consciousness of Islam. Remember the harmonic convergence. All are to be converged. The Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, because they're all going to be led by the Christ consciousness, right? The house of Israel, Isis representing the female, Ra representing the male, and El representing the body, right? Ra representing the spiritual body, Isis representing the blood, right? The water, right? Which is represented by the blood, right? Now, so, don't be fooled, don't be deceived. Okay. Now, so, as we said, we're going to go to video